Hey guys, what's going on? Ananki bringing you another TF2 gameplay commentary. Something that has never been seen before in the world of the internet, and YouTube especially. But TF2 is bot free. This is cause for celebration, so I recorded a couple games, and one of them wasn't half bad, and had some semi-interesting gameplay, and I missed maybe only half my darts, so I didn't feel too embarrassed to share it. But yeah, Valve is aggressively banning the cheaters, the bots, bot hosters. There's been a general pity party from the people who were cheating and are finally being caught and kicked and banned and community banned, and their collection of items is no longer sellable, and they're all so upset that they stopped 8 months ago, and can't blame them for having been a horrible cheating piece of crap for the last who knows how many years and ruining casual utterly. I saw the numbers for casual have gone up in the last several days. You know, moments like this, you don't know who to give the Uber to. It's like, alright, I'll give it to everybody and hope for the best to see if anybody gets a kill. It's not really about that sometimes with the Uber. It's about just staying alive in the moment as often as not. Pop it, don't drop it is words I live by. Sometimes I go all in with an Uber and I die the moment it ends, and then watch the enemy team push right through whatever point we were holding. It's like, I probably should have stayed alive to heal. You know, that's a great example of a moment where shooting a dart at the heavy may be better in that situation, but the guarantee of keeping the beam on him is also an appealing option. But I'm mainly just happy that I can play casual again and not have to worry about finding a community server to play on. Not that I don't love and adore Uncle Dane and his servers. I do, however, like the casual atmosphere of casual. People can mess around a little bit more. You can have silly things like a whole team of spies coming out of spawn invisible. Not that I've seen that in the last day or two, but you can't do that on a server with, class limits. And I popped this Uber on this demo, and I didn't really want to spread it around, but then I saw that crit sticky next to a heavy, then I got utterly fixated on a teleporter, and I thought, what's over here? Maybe an NG or something? Probably no, it's a heavy. So yeah, on defense, Crit Creek's good on defense, typically, especially if you have some good offensive classes, some demos, and some soldiers and such. But sometimes guessing which way people are going to move can be very tricky. Sometimes anticipating teammates is actually harder than anticipating enemies. I think you get more accustomed to the strafing patterns and direction changes of someone trying to avoid being hit, but an ally who doesn't know that they're actively dodging you, but just is moving at random, like, that's worse. That's harder to hit. Oh boy. I don't know why I didn't take more damage from that. That crit felt awfully close. Another moment where, do I pull out the arrow? Do I keep the heal beam on him? It doesn't matter. Everybody's dead. We're totally surrounded. Nothing was saving that situation. But what saves situations? Valve kicking the bots and the cheaters. I'm like, this is the most obvious spy ever. I don't know where he went, but I know he's not dead. Spies do not vanish when they die. They fall down and ragdoll, or occasionally explode. But it doesn't matter how often you warn teammates or warn them. Sometimes they are not going to listen, and this was painfully close. I was like, okay, I've landed one dart on him. He's got to be low health. He's gonna maybe leave me. Nope. The soldier did not kill him in time. He was fighting as Pyro. I cannot blame him. No blame to anyone. Except the cheaters and the botters. I blame them for making the game borderline unplayable for the last several years, and I hope they all lose as much money as possible. I hope they all already paid for server hosting fees in years in advance, and I hope they have to just eat that cost. I hope they had massive collections of unusuals and stranges worth tens of thousands of dollars that are totally useless to them. They can't be used, can't be sold. They can never play TF2 again. They can look at them in their inventory and reminisce on the days when they weren't such a worthless pile of shit. And reflect on how maybe, going forward, they should be less of a worthless pile of shit. And perhaps that would be a benefit to all society, and not just themselves, and especially the TF2 community. You know, I like the heavy in large open spaces to give the crit screed because it makes the drop-off damage go to nothing, but he got evaporated at the end of his crits, and it was like, well, guess I'll fall back and find somebody else, I suppose. I found this guy. He's willing to give me a charge extra quick, make up for the last one I kind of wasted. Maybe I'll have another crits for the heavy as soon as he emerges from spawn, or I won't see him, and he'll die before I even find him. I'll be honest, I think I forgot about the heavy by now. I'm now fixated on this demo man. He is my new friend. And I'm like, I don't know exactly who I'm going to give the crits to, but yep, there's people there. Perfect. Can't ask for more than that. I'm happy with the crits that gets 2 people. I'm happy with the crits that gets 1 person. I've given a crits to a scout before just because he was fighting 2 people at the same time, and I just wanted him to have no excuses for losing. You know, never forget the Crits Creek taunt gives you back a little tiny bit of health. If you don't feel like running all the way back to spawn, but you want just that little bit of cushion, especially if you're on fire and you're going to burn to death by only a small margin. There's no available health pack or pyro to help you out. Bust out the Crits Creek taunt, take a little hit off that Crits Creek, make you feel right as rain. But it's been a while since I tried to do the old TF2 gameplay commentary. I've thought before that everything that could be said about this game has been said, but now there are changes, there are new things afoot. Fix TF2 is working, Valve is doing treadmill work, the sky's the limit. You know, I love running around with classes that are not the standard heavy medic pair. I love to just team up with a scout and go on an adventure, or a demo knight. Demo knights are one of my favorite classes to give the crits to, because if they get into a mass of people and just start swinging, it can be hilarious really quickly. That demo got a little too excited to get the crits and just basically killed himself with it. But this is another great opportunity. Like, you gotta take opportunities when they're presented. Because that NG was gonna unsap his gun, unsap the rest of his stuff most likely, still have this whole base set up, and don't underestimate medics. That's just good advice, you know? Keep the flamethrower out. Just pin him to the wall and burn him to the ground. Don't give him a chance to do anything tricky, because every medic is waiting, hoping for the opportunity to do something tricky. And if you don't want to be accidentally styled upon, you better just, you know, play it safe. But most like most things in TF2, it ends with tragedy. I get destroyed as soon as I pop the crits. And that's just the most fun outcome. We did go on to win this match, but I only had a 10-minute recording of it. But I wanted to just thank you, Valve, for saving TF2 for the time being. It is saved. I don't know what the future holds. No one does. But for the moment, it seems like they have the situation at hand. And all of you out there who were perhaps contemplating a return to casual for the fun and the old times, now is the moment, my friends. So thank you so much for watching. I'd greatly appreciate it. As always, if you like it, I'll catch you next time. Peace.